Saturday, August 26, 12:04 p.m. New York time. This video is going to discuss currencies, large variety of currencies from different nations. You could trade the currencies in several United States financial markets, the futures markets, the Forex markets, as well as the stock market and the options markets. A lot of opportunities to trade and participate in the currency market. Investing, trading. Looking here first on US dollar index. US dollar index, it's just that. It's an index comprised of several currencies. It's comprised of 6 currencies. First being the euro, making up over 57% of the index. Second is the Japanese yen, making up over 13% of the index. Third is the British pound, making up over 11% of the index. Fourth is the Canadian dollar, making over 9% of the index. And then you have the Swedish crown, making just under 5%, and the Swiss franc making under 4%. Again, this dollar index trades on the markets. There are other media outlets that publish their own dollar index that don't trade in the markets directly. Be cautious what your media outlet you're listening to, following. Symbol here is $DXY. It's also the /DX on the other U.S. futures exchange. Yep, there's more than just one U.S. futures exchange. There's several. So here we're looking at a 1-year chart. Each candle represents a week. And since we just completed 1 week, it's current. It's done. Dollar, green. Trend is up. Higher high, higher low than prior week. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. We're above the lows of the year. The dollar is strong like bull right now. Coming up to this swing high. And then above that is this prior supply zone where there are sellers. So let's remove this trend. Here we broke above this consolidation. We closed above it. Nice. Stronger dollar often helps to keep commodity prices lower because commodities are priced in US dollar. Yep. Also is often, or short term, you might see an inverse on the equity indexes. You might see the equity indexes trending down, dollars trending up. Can't have everything. So what do you want? A strong dollar so you can keep inflation down, stronger, or just have the equity market up, but having pay more for the products. Let's go on to the next. So now we're going to look at several currencies inside the US dollar index. Looking at them in the US futures market. Again, I mentioned there's different exchanges. So first is the euro, /6E. Again, 1-year chart, each candle a week. The euro is trending down, lower low, lower high, trending down against the US dollar. So the US dollar is doing better than the euro. The euro is going down against the US dollar, coming into this prior swing low. Also broke below this consolidation. There's a low for the year. Now we're looking at Japanese yen. Remember I said Japanese yen was the second largest currency US dollar. Well, also, Japanese yen in the past had been considered as a safe haven currency. US dollar index, Japanese yen, and Swiss franc. Hear me again. Safe haven currencies, US dollar, Japanese yen, Swiss franc. They don't all correlate necessarily trading the same way. Some people may actually not want to be in currencies. They may want to be in precious metals. Sitting on precious metals that don't earn monthly income, that's not the best investment. But people have done that. Again, they're not earning income on it. It does not give you stability. Oh. So again, here's the Japanese yen. Here's the high for the year. Made a new low for the year against the US dollar, trending down, nearing the low of last year. Third, British pound. Made a low, broke below the low of last week, broke below that consolidation, trending down against the US dollar. King dollar. Here's the low for the year. Australian dollar. Inside candle for the week. So last week was the low of the year. And now it's inside candle. Again, bearish, trending down. Canadian dollar, our neighbors to the north. Red for the week, lower low, lower high. Here's the low for the year. Again, it's trending down. Swiss franc, red, lower low, lower high, broke below this consolidation, trending down. You can see how it's been for the year. It was trending up. Staircase pattern, higher high. Now, small candle, big impulse move up, retracement. So be concerned. You may start buyers here. This may be a reverse pattern. Because you have not had a panic selling off versus this impulse move up. And Swiss franc, one of the safe haven currencies, but not necessarily the best ethical or moral country in the history of World War II. Mexican peso, our neighbors to the south, green for the week, higher high, higher low, broke above these two inside candles, just shy of low of the year. Yep, here's the low of the year right there. So Mexican peso is trending up against the US dollar, right? I showed you the European, the Asian Pacific nations are trending down. Mexican peso is getting stronger. That's good. Their economy is getting stronger because they're getting a lot of business from China. Yep. China made bad policy decisions against the world, and they're suffering the consequences. And Mexico is getting rewarded because the United States, being one of the largest, or if not the largest importer of products from China, now those benefits are helping the nation of Mexico. I go deep into that. Again, they're getting better living wages than they were in the past. It's just the politics, and the judicial system needs to certainly be stronger to weed out the corruption there. Now we're looking at the Chinese currency, US dollar, Chinese currency. Yep. Inside candle for the week. So as this goes up, that's stronger US dollar against the Chinese currency. So again, US dollar strong against the Chinese currency, losing against the Mexican peso. Got it? So one could be trading bullish the Mexican peso and trading bearish the Chinese currency. And Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Yeah. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Huge impulse move over, down, and this little consolidation this past week. So again, the investment of Mexican peso bullish, outperforming Bitcoin. Again, cryptocurrencies are not necessarily the best trading nor financial investment instruments. There are better ones. So let's look deeper into the major currencies. First, looking at the euro appears. We already did euro, US dollar. Let's look at the euro yen. So again, euro currency, new high for the year against Japanese yen. Makes sense. Yep. Euro against the British pound made a new low for the year. So again, the British pound is doing better than the euro. And the euro Canadian dollar. Well, here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Huge consolidation. Euro Swiss franc. Euro's trending down in favor of Swiss franc. Swiss franc strong like bull against the euro. Interesting. And the euro Australian dollar. Again, inside candle for a week. Small trading ranges here. Look at this. Huge consolidation, big candles. And past weeks here, small trading range. Interesting if that's a topping sign, especially inside candle dollar. So again, the euro has been doing stronger against the Aussie dollar. So that was the major currencies against the euro, which again, I mentioned the euro makes up the largest percentage US dollar index, and it's been down against the dollar. So let's go on to the next. The second largest currency in the US dollar I mentioned was the yen, which we saw the yen performing poorly against many others. We already did the yen dollar, yen euro, right? We did this. So let's go just look again. The yen euro. Euro is stronger than the yen and a new high for the year. Now we're looking at the yen Swiss franc, the yen British pound, new high for the year. So this is going up in favor of British pound. British pound and yen both stronger than the euro. Look at the same thing. Past 2 weeks, small little trading ranges. Weakness, potential reversal. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen is the high for the year. It's the low for the year, and it's no longer valid. You have huge consolidation phase to struggle. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, two safe haven currencies. No surprise. Swiss franc leadership, Swiss franc new high of the year against the Japanese yen. Very interesting. Again, there's so much money flowing into the Swiss franc. Small country, but again, one of the biggest things is known for is not Kugel clocks, not the Swiss cheese. No, they are a huge industrial of banking, finance, and chemicals. It's like England's huge in banking. And the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, inside candle 3, huge consolidation. Again, this was in favor of the Australian dollar, and then pulling back, giving the yen favor. And that was the yen. Let's finish this off looking at the British pound. These are currencies, British pound. We already did pound, US dollar. Let's go through pound, US dollar. So again, the dollar's winning, trending down in favor of US dollar. Pound, yen. Pound is beating up yen. Euro, pound. So that's an consolidation. Pound, Canadian dollar. And let's extend this here so you can see what happened. So all the way back here last year, we had this midpoint of this candle. That was midpoint near the high of last year. And then you had that sell-off. So that big candle was above average midpoint. And we came up and tested it here. And building this big consolidation staircase pattern higher high. Let's remove that. We do have this also up here, another big midpoint from that 2 years ago. So the Canadian dollar, British pound and Canadian dollar, it's doing a staircase pattern higher high, strong for British pound. British pound, Swiss franc, safe haven currency, huge consolidation here. Not much. Makes sense a lot when you think about it. British pound, United Kingdom, Switzerland, United Kingdom, Switzerland, Cayman Islands, Jersey Islands. Yeah, big financial institutions that manage money, dark money, criminal money. Yep. So let's finish this off by looking at the last of the British pound, Australian dollar, inside candle for current week. Last week was the high of the year. Again, British pound up strong. Extend this out a little bit. Again, that big candle, midpoint there. Remove that. We also took out the high of last year. So the British pound took out the high of last year against the Australian dollar. And then coming up here, let's extend this out. See what's up here. About 5 years. Yeah, so all the way back here, in 2020, that big sell-off there, that was the midpoint. And we're having a problem going above that right now. Yep. Let's remove this too, because we already made the high for the year. So we'll finish this off by putting this back on the US dollar. So you can see again, the high of the year, the low of the year. Pretty much a tight trading range. Let's put this back so you can just see a little bit longer duration. 2 years. 2 years. Last year, all trending up, then retracement. Now we're pretty much in this huge consolidation phase most of the year. So again, tight consolidation range, but there's trading opportunities in there. And we have not taken out the low of last year. We have not taken out the high of we have not taken out the high of last year or the low of last year, which the correlation of, I'll include this, of the 10-year US Treasury took out the high of last year. Yields, interest rates higher. So typically yields go higher, US dollar goes higher. This closed as a dodgy, very suspicious, potential reversal. Let's see what happens. Watch for the next Federal Reserve meeting and how we react. Their emotions react with the currencies.